your heart out, Hot Wheels. Disney Pixar expands the world of cars. You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of Planes.
Ah, for flying out loud!
For the first time, we have a crop duster in the race.
Well, he's gonna die.
Dusty, you're going up against the best racers in the world.
I'm afraid of heights.
That airplane needs some help. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
It ain't how fast you fly.
It's how you fly fast. You can fly a whole lot higher than you think.
Now, you can hardly blame Disney Animation for what at the very least is a cash grab. Despite its incalculable cost to Pixar's reputation, Cars has been a merchandising goldmine for the company, and even the focus of their latest expansion to the California Adventure theme park. That's right, I said company, not studio, and that's because Disney doesn't just make movies. Yet movies are what drive all of their business, so it would be nice if Planes was a good movie. And maybe it will be, considering that the flying sequences in DreamWorks Animation's How to Train Your Dragon were one of the flick's best elements. Perhaps an entire movie of 3D flying sequences will be fun to watch. And hey, it'll be the music of Mark Mancina, the composer on other high-adrenaline adventures like Speed and Disney's Tarzan. And while John Cryer was originally going to voice Dusty Crawhopper, a small-town plane that dreams of being an air racer, he was replaced with the more hip comedian Dane Cook, a very similar choice to the star of Cars and Cars 2, Owen Wilson. And Disney has lined up a whole squadron of stars for the film, from John Cleese to Julia Louis-Dreyfus to Cedric the Entertainer, and more. But a star-studded cast didn't do much to help another recent tune hoping to tailgate Cars, Turbo. In fact, the DreamWorks Animation pick is one of the flops of the summer, opening with just $21 million. See, this summer, it's not just Turbo and Dusty finding themselves in a heated race, but all animated movies. So far, Despicable Me 2 is out front in a marketplace overcrowded with the likes of Monsters University and Epic. But Disney is confident that Planes will fly high. Not only did they give it the all-clear for a theatrical release after being originally intended as direct-to-video, but they're also planning a sequel, Planes Fire and Rescue, for next year. But does Planes really have that kind of gas in the tank?
This movie is so boring. Wow. I didn't expect to like it because I am not a fan of Cars 1 or 2. I thought Cars 1 was passable, and Cars 2 I wanted to leave the theater. But the people I was with wanted to stay because, you know, they're colorful, pretty films. So that's why I'm reluctant to just completely pan this film, because there might be some people out there who will enjoy it, especially if you liked Cars 2. You know, roll the dice here. Why not? But I would be hard-pressed if anybody actually really did enjoy it, because I think that while the two Cars films, I can't believe I'm saying this, were similar, they were a little more sophisticated, because they had A and B storylines. Planes is just a straight A storyline. It's just a racing movie about a plane trying to prove itself. And while that's a nice message, to not have that B storyline, you know, in the first film of Lightning McQueen, you know, appreciating life in the slow lane at Radiator Springs, and then also in the second one, I guess it was Lightning McQueen coming to better appreciate his friend Tow Mater. Here, they have attempts to try and have B storylines, but they never get off the ground. And I had hoped that the visuals of this film would save it, but I have to say they were really, really pedestrian. They were very, very television, not worthy of the big screen at all. I thought the 3D did not create really exciting, compelling flying sequences. You know, and I don't think the camera work was used very well to that effect. One good thing about the film, though, was it had good voice work. I was really impressed with a lot of the character development across the board. I think actors did what they could with what they had, and they really gave it their all. I think the standouts were Dane Cook. He really sold some emotional scenes impressively for Dane Cook. You know, you wouldn't think he could do that, but he really was good. Terry Hatcher was excellent as Dottie, his mechanic. And also, I thought that... Sinbad. Sinbad was pretty good as kind of like this little car, just like Dottie. He's like kind of like one of the officials at the Wings Around the World race that Dusty wants to compete in. So those guys were good. And these little cars, by the way, that Terry Hatcher and Sinbad voiced, they at least answered one of my ongoing questions about the Cars universe: is who builds all this stuff? These little cars have like forklifts. They use the forklifts kind of to give them some more dexterity. So that was kind of interesting. Oh, and by the way, there's just a huge product placement smack in the middle of this movie for American Airlines, which I thought was kind of weird, and I wouldn't have known it was for American Airlines if before the movie played there hadn't been an ad for Planes with American Airlines talking about how American Airlines had new branding and a new logo. So when it showed up in the movie, very obviously, I was like, oh yeah, that's huge for American, but yet I think somewhat not effective if I hadn't seen that commercial beforehand. That was another good thing about the movie. I think that it really highlighted where planes are used in real life, in rescue, fighter jets. The military plays a big role here, deservedly so. And also, there was some dark stuff with military planes in the military, particularly during World War II. And as someone who's visited the Intrepid here in New York and seen some of the stories that about aerial warfare in World War II, it deserves the attention. And maybe this is a nice introduction for families to tell kids about what happened there. But I really can't recommend this movie. I mean, I guess those would be nice things if you happen to go. But if you want to see a movie about racing, go see Turbo if it's still playing in a theater near you. I think that's a far superior film. But I guess they're going to make Planes, Fire, and Rescue. They've already greenlit it. But the Cars franchise continues to confound me in why it exists. So write down below if you've seen Planes. Are you a Cars fan? Did that fandom carry over into Planes? What am I missing if you appreciated the film and I didn't? What didn't I understand about its enjoyment factor? Write your thoughts down below. Thanks for coming to Be on the Trailer for the latest movie reviews and movie news and trailer reviews. And also interviews with cast. A lot came out this week for The Butler, Prince Avalanche, and Girl Most Likely with Kristen Wiig. So I hope you'll check some of those out as well right now.